So normally you will get two types of problems. One will be without unit cost and another will be with unit cost. Raw material will come under prime cost. Your work in progress will come under factory cost. Anything which is related to income tax, anything which is related to debentures, anything which is related to interest. These things we will not consider. Hello everyone, I am your Adarsh sir, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. So we are in the session 6 of your topic called Cost Accounting. So we already understood what is cost accounting. Under that we discussed about the theory part like what is cost accounting. Along with that, the difference between cost accounting as well as financial accounting. So once we done with theory part, again the different types of cost accounting. We done with theory part. Now we are into cost sheet problems. Now we already done almost 2 to 3 problems on cost sheet. It is a continuation of your cost sheet problems as I told you. So normally you will get two types of problems. One will be without unit cost and another will be with unit cost. In today's problem, we'll try with unit cost. So what will be your agenda for the day? The agenda for the day is very simple. Problems on cost sheet. So this will be your question. As I told you, before you start your question, you have to classify whether it will come under prime cost, factory cost, office administration cost, as well as selling and distribution cost in this. First one, raw material. So where raw material will come? In this they have given opening balance, closing balance. 1st January 2012 is opening balance. 31st 12 2012 is called closing balance. Opening as well as closing. Now raw materials opening and closing comes under where? Prime cost. In the last class I gave you chart. So raw material will come under prime cost, your work in progress will come under factory cost, and finished goods will come under administration cost. Now second one, work in progress, factory cost, and the third one, finished goods, it will come under office and administration cost. So cost and overhead are one and the same, but overhead exact meaning is indirect expenses. Now so all three are done. Now we'll go for the balance one. Next you have chargeable expenses. As I told you, chargeable expenses means direct expenses which are directly chargeable to for production. So remember, chargeable expenses means direct expenses. All direct expenses will come under prime cost. Now chargeable expenses comes under prime cost. Wages of laborers. Have they mentioned indirect wages? No. If they are not mentioned, indirect means we have to assume it as direct wages. Now indirect wages comes under factory and direct wages comes under prime cost. Now they have not mentioned it as indirect, so it will come under prime cost. So this will be prime cost. Now oil, grease and waste, where we use usually in office or factory, we use it in factory. So this will be factory cost. So instead of overhead, I am using word called cost. Anything can be used. Next, factory power. In the name itself we have, that is factory. So it will be factory cost. Depreciation on office building. Office, in the name itself we have office. So it will come under where? Office. So office and administration cost. Then Plant and machinery, same depreciation on office, same depreciation on plant and machinery. Now, plant and machinery will come for factory cost. Now, repairs of plant and machinery. Plant and machinery we find in office or factory. We find in factory. Now, this will be your factory cost. Then, furniture. Any repairs for furniture comes under where? Yes, any repair of furniture normally we get it in office, like your table, your chairs, like your cupboards, all we consider as furnitures. Now, these things will come under office and administration cost. Next, lighting. They have mentioned directly lighting for factory. It will come under factory cost. Lighting for office will come under office and administration cost. They have given directly. Hope you understood these things. Clear? Yes. Please take screenshot so that while doing answer, it will be easy. The next part. So it is a continuation of your question. What we are doing today, it is completely your exam oriented question. In your exam, these kind of questions only you will get. Now, next, rent. They have given rent of office, rent of showroom and rent of factory. So we have three things: factory, office and administration, selling and distribution. Now, rent of office comes under office and administration cost. Simple. Now, factory comes under factory cost. These two are simple. What about showroom? Now, why we use showroom? To sell the products. So, all these expenses we should be considered as what? Selling expenses. Now, so this will come under selling and distribution cost. Hope you understood. Like delivery van charges, like your showroom charges, go down charges, all comes under selling and distribution. Then your manager's salary. So they have mentioned that 3/4 factory, 1/4 office. Very simple. Whatever amount given, I'll show you the calculation. They have given 45,000. In this, they have mentioned that for factory and office. Factory how much? 3/4. What is the amount? 45,000 multiplied by 3/4. Similarly, 45,000 1/4 for office. 45,000 multiplied with 1/4. How much you will get? So in this, if you calculate this, so 45,000 into 1/4, it will come around 11,250. The same thing if you calculate 45,000 into 3/4, how much you will get? You will get around 33,750, around 44, 45. So this kind of calculation you may get. Now, as they told you, manager's salary 3/4 for factory and 1/4 for office. 45,000 into 3/4, 45,000 into 1/4. So like this you have to calculate. 33,750 will go to factory cost and 11,250 will go to office cost. Now, director's remuneration. So director usually in factory or office? Office. So it will come under office and administration cost. Printing and stationery. Where you will keep your printers and all? Will you keep it in factory or office? Office. So it will be office and administration cost. Salesman's salary. Once you done with your production, you will keep it for sales. So that sales, we have some expenses. That is called selling and distribution cost. Now, Postage, office and administration. Advertisement, selling and distribution cost. If you want to sell your product, you need to do advertisement. That is called your advertisement expenses. Next, purchase of raw material will come later. Normally, purchase of raw material comes where? Your prime cost. Any purchase of raw material comes under prime cost. Then, carriage outward, selling and distribution cost. Inward, prime cost. Outward, selling and distribution. As I told you, inward means what? Any transportation within the premises. Carriage outward, any transportation outside the premises. If it is outside, selling and distribution. If it is inside, prime cost. Remember that. So next one will be prime cost. Next, wages of foreman. So who is called as foreman? Like, he is nothing but a manager who is expert in those kind of work. So if there are 4 or 5 laborers are there, this person will manage all those 4 to 5 laborers. He will take care of those 4 to 5 laborers. If that 4 to 5 laborers need any guidance, will be provided by whom? Wages foreman. So the person who is called as foreman, who is nothing but supervisor, who supervises the work of labor. So normally where he will be in factory. So factory cost. Income tax. Remember, there is no connection with cost accounting and income tax. Income tax comes where? After you have done sales. So after you have done sales, they will consider that you will get this much of profit. In the cost sheet, you have not yet done this sales only. So how come your tax will come? That's why in your cost sheet, always remember anything related to debentures, anything related to interest, anything which is related to your income tax, we will not consider. Again, I'll repeat. If you want, you can write down also. Anything which is related to income tax, anything which is related to debentures, anything which is related to interest, these things we will not consider for your cost sheet. Now, again, the donations. Is there any connection with your donation as your cost sheet? Answer is no. Donation is not part of your cost sheet. Remember, whatever 3 things I told you, add this one also. Donation also not part of your cost sheet. Then, debenture interest, I told you earlier, debenture interest is not part of your cost sheet. So, it is all your financial items. What we are doing, cost related item. All the financial related items will come under profit and loss account. It will not come under your cost sheet. Warehouse charges. Warehouse means what? You have sold half of your goods. Still half of the goods are pending, yet to be sold. So what you will do? You will keep it in a godown. You will keep it in one place. That place we call it as warehouse. Now, warehouse comes under where? Selling and distribution cost. Remember, selling and distribution cost. Sales commission. In the name itself says that it is sales. Sales commission comes under what? Again, it will come under selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution cost. Now, sale of finished goods. Now, sale of finished goods, I told you in the last class itself. Sometimes they will give you as sales. Sometimes they will give you as sale of finished goods. Both are one and the same. Now, sale of finished goods also we call it as sales. This is your final answer. Sales they have given means profit they have not given. Again, I'll repeat. Sales they have given means profit they have not given. So, profit we need to find out. How to find out? Sales minus cost is equal to your profit. Again, I'll repeat. Sales minus cost is equal to profit. Very simple. Now, So this will be your sales volume. Clear? Yes, this is all about your question. We'll solve one by one. Almost 90% we discussed everything. Same thing we will implement in your solution format. Now, the heading must be like this: cost sheet for the year ending 31st 12 2012. As per the question, what year they have mentioned, what date they have mentioned, that we have to mention. Now, as I told you, direct material like your opening stock, purchases, carriage inward minus closing stock. Remember, first will be your opening stock plus purchases plus carriage inward minus your closing stock. If you do all this calculation, you will get cost of material consumed. Where you will get all this, I'll go back to your problem. Now, is there anything prime cost? Yes. 1,80,000 and closing stock of 1,20,000. Now, so these two things we call it as prime cost. We'll go back to your answer. Before that, is there anything like chargeable expenses, wages? Then, is there anything for prime cost in this sheet? Nothing. Is there anything? Yes, you have purchase of raw material 21,000. I'll go back to your answer. One more, you have prime cost. Carriage inward is 4,500. See, your opening stock 1,80,000, your closing stock 1,20,000. So, how much is your carriage inward? This will be 6,000. Then, this is your purchases, sorry. Then, it will be how much? 13,86,000 minus your closing stock 1,20,000. What is your answer? Cost of material consumed. It will be 12,26,000. For that, what you should add? Is there any direct wages? Is there any direct expenses we should consider? Now, direct labor 3 lakh and chargeable expenses. As I told you, chargeable expenses, we call it as direct expenses. Now, we have considered these two. Your final answer will be 16,26,000. Hope you understood. So, this is up to your prime cost. Your first step we completed. Now we'll move to our second step, that will be your factory overhead. What is this? Your factory overhead. What are the things we have mentioned which comes under factory? Everything we will consider now. I'll go back to your question. See, rent. Before this, yeah. In this, what we have opening work in progress, closing work in progress. Remember, opening is 90,000 and closing is 60,000. Now, along with that, we have oil, waste, factory power, then depreciation on plant and machinery, repairs on plant and machinery, then lighting. These things comes under factory. Still we have like rent of factory. Then is there anything? Yeah, you have wages of foreman. These many things will come under factory. Very simple. In the question, they will be given everything. You have to classify whether it goes to factory, whether it goes to office, or else it will go to your selling and distribution. Now, see, as per the answer, we have oil, grease, factory power, depreciation, repairs, factory lighting, factory rent, factory manager's salary. As I told you, wages of foreman will come under where? Factory overhead. Now, after doing everything, and also we have done this calculation. How much you got? 27. I'll go back. Maybe I have taken some other number. I'll go back to that. Yes. In this, what happened? Your office is this one, showroom is this, and factory is this. We should do calculation on 36,000. Remember, I have taken wrong amount, that is 45. While do it properly, check the line. So we should do calculation on 36,000. If it is 36,000, we will not consider this. So we will take it as 36,000 multiplied into 3 by 4. 36,000 multiplied into 1 by 4. How much you will get? You will get 27,000 and you will get around 9,000. So this will be your correct answer. So whatever calculation I did, that is on 45. But 45,000 is your factory rent. Now, so we should do calculation on 36. So on 36,000, 3 by 4, 36,000 into 1 by 4. Now, as per this, check 27,000 we have considered. Then wages of foreman also we have taken. Once if it is done, what we should do? Add opening stock of work in progress minus closing stock of work in progress. Remember this. Now, opening stock as well as closing stock. Like 18 lakh 12 you got, opening is 90,000, closing is 60,000. Add and minus. Always remember, all the opening stocks are additions, all the closing stocks are subtractions. Now, what is your final answer? Your final answer is 18 lakh 42,000. Hope you understood. Clear? Yes. 18 lakh 42,000 is your final answer. That is nothing but your work cost, or else we can call it as factory cost. Anything you can call it as factory cost also, you can call it as work cost also. Once if you're done with that, next the last thing will go for your office overhead. Under office overhead, same thing. I'll go back to your question. In this office, like you have rent of 30,000. Is there anything related to office? Yes. Director remuneration, printing and stationery, postage. Yeah. These many things you have office. Along with this, you have depreciation on office building, then repairs on furniture, then lighting of office. These many things will come under office. As I told you, first 3 to 4 problems, try to work out like this. In your question, in pencil, just mention whether it comes under office, factory, prime cost or selling, so that it will be easy for you. Once if you're done with 3 or 4 problems, you will be familiar that this will come under particular head. You will be familiar with this thing will come under factory, office, prime cost. So it will be easy for you. In this, we have taken all the office related, everything we have taken. Along with that, so we have taken all the office. Along with that, we have to take what? Opening of finished goods minus closing of finished goods. Now, what is your opening of finished goods? So it will be 1,20,000. Closing will be 1,50,000. Add and minus. How much you will get? Your final answer cost of goods sold is 19,63,500. So your final answer of closing will be 19,63,500. This will be your cost of goods sold. Almost we are end of your answer. The last step we will do now. So this will be your selling and distribution overhead. Now, in your selling and distribution overhead, we have few expenses which comes under sales. Which are those? Like showroom rent, salesman salary, advertisement, carriage outward, warehouse, sales commission. These many things we consider as selling and distribution overhead. Now, add everything. Remember, there is no opening as well as closing stock under selling and distribution. Now, add everything. It will be 69,000. What will be your old balance? 19,63,000. So, we'll add 69 for 19,63,000. Your answer will be 20,32,500. Is there any profit? Yes, we have profit. How? Check your sales. 21,60,000. From this, if you minus like 21,60,000, minus 20 lakh 32,500. How much you will get? Your answer is 1,27,500. That will be your profit. Easy to calculate. Hope you understood. Now, this is all about your answer. Just I'll show you the answer. You can take screenshot. This will be your question. There is a second part of your question. And this will be your solution. First part up to prime cost. This is all about your factory overhead. This is your office overhead. This is your selling and distribution overhead as well as your final answer. Once you're done with your answer, you have to make a note. What is the note? Few things you have not taken. Why? Why? Because wages of laborer means direct. As I told you, if they have not mentioned as indirect, we should consider it as direct. Now, income tax is not part of your cost sheet. Donation is not part of your cost sheet. Debenture interest is not your cost sheet. Why? Because these are financial items. Clear? Yes, this is all about your today's session. Please at home work out this. Just look at the question and try to solve the complete answer. So it will be almost we have 75 to 80% we have covered your cost sheet. Just the only concept is balance. That is nothing but your cost per unit. Thank you.